All right, New York Jet fans, the long-awaited Mike Williams pick. We traded Mike Williams in the middle of last season to the Pittsburgh Steelers for a fifth-round pick, and here it is, 162 overall. The New York Jets select Miami off-ball linebacker Francisco Mauigoa, a.k.a. Kiko, if that's a little easier to say, who was raised in America, Samoa. Again, our tribal chief, the bloodline, baby. Let's represent. Again, we're working in an off-ball linebacker here. 6'2", 233 pounds, 22 years of age. He's the 20th ranked off-ball linebacker by Dane Brugler in the Beast. He played Mike linebacker in Miami's defense as a 2-year starter over the last 2 years in a 4-2-5 defense. Prior to that, he spent 2 years at Washington State. Now, off-ball linebacker is sort of an interesting play here for the New York Jets because obviously you got Jamin Sherwood, who the Jets gave buco bucks to this offseason. Quincy Williams is entering the last year of his deal. And then beyond that, we have guys like Zaire Barnes and Chaz Surratt and players of that nature that are hanging around on defense. So you're lacking that real solid depth behind these guys. And again, what are you going to end up doing with Quincy Williams? The production's pretty insane here over the last 3 years. So we'll go to the final year at Washington State, which was 2022. 5.5 tackles for loss, 3.5 sacks, 3 forced fumbles, 2 pass deflections, and a pick. And then the last 2 years at Miami have been absolutely insane. 18 tackles for loss in 2023, 11 tackles for loss in 2024, 7.5 sacks in 2023, 2 sacks in 2024. Again, and then just total it all out. 2 forced fumbles, 4 pass deflections this past season, added another forced fumble and 6 pass deflections. Across his career, he totaled 35 tackles for loss, 13 sacks, 6 forced fumbles, 12 pass deflections. Again, he was just a playmaker, man, making things happen there. And the other thing you got to like is he is a big-time special teams player, extensive special teams experience, including all punt coverages as a senior, according to Dane Brugler of The Athletic. He's a team captain. You can tell he buys into the, quote, do your job mantra, instinctive player, and again, a guy that is a nice little athlete that, again, will be able to train and learn under this Aaron Glenn Jets regime. Off-ball linebacker wasn't – we talked about some of these needs for the Jets that you could be looking at the step next. For instance, when they took A.Z. Thomas, you're like, oh, okay, they eventually needed to replace Brandon Echols and maybe have a backup plan if they lose one of their corners. You go to off-ball linebacker, immediately there's no immediate need. But in the draft, sometimes you line up a guy who is ready just in case you have another move. Again, Quincy Williams as another example. Still lacking in defensive tackle. Again, we're reacting to each pick as they're happening, so we'll see if there's a defensive tackle play, maybe a veteran trade for a defensive tackle, or they have some other plan. We'll see what that is. Or maybe they're a lot higher on Leonard Taylor III. That's something else that we obviously have to consider as well. So the Mike Williams pick is in for the New York Jets. 5th round, 162 overall for the New York Jets, and they take Miami off-ball linebacker Kiko out of Miami, which, by the way, folks, for those counting at home, that leaves us with just one last draft selection, barring a trade for the New York Jets. It's in the 6th round. The Jets will be picking 186th overall. Their prior trade or prior pick they had later in the 6th round, they used in a trade up with the Philadelphia Eagles. Make sure you guys like the video, hit subscribe. We're live on this channel every single day at 7:30 in the morning. Plus, we do short form videos just like this, breaking down every single selection the New York Jets make, baby. We're trying to make a chase to 10,000 subscribers. Help us get there a little bit more. So a nice little pick here for the New York Jets. We'll see what else the draft has to unfold, and then we'll react to the full draft after it all completes. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We'll see you next time.